Hi, yeah, my name is Woodsy and I'm a spoken word artist. I put poems together and I also run workshops as well. Before the lockdown, I was doing performances all over the country. Since lockdown happened, obviously everything has moved online. So I've been doing some online performances and I've also been running some workshops with young people, getting them into spoken word. It's very hard to define because you'll have one spoken word artist that can be very different very different to somebody else who also does the same craft. There's also like rappers and stuff like that. But if you were to slow down what they're talking about, they can easily be a poet. What they're talking about is very poetic. We're kind of in between a rapper and an author, somewhere in the middle, I would say. You'll have some days where you have 2 or 3 commissions that you need to do by the end of the week. So you'll be working really hard and really trying to do it. But then you might go a week or so where you don't have any work. And then that's when creativity usually happens a bit more. So when you're not really concentrating on it and you can kind of do some stuff in your free time, that's when other stuff will hit you. So for me, my creativity usually hits me when I'm just about to go to bed, and it's usually when I have to be up at around 6 in the morning the next day. But I always make sure I write down my words. I've got a notepad that I'll just write ideas down on that I can come back to. But an average working day, I'm probably writing for at least an hour every day, if it's regardless of something that I'm creating myself or if it's something I've been commissioned to do for somebody else. This might be a bit of a surprise, considering I now teach everything about words and I try and get people into words. I didn't really like English at school. I now do poetry for a living, but in school I didn't resonate with poetry. It didn't really appeal to me. I really liked PE. So aside from my spoken word stuff, just here and there, I do a little bit of football coaching as well. So I like to stay active. PE was a really good subject for me, and I liked drama. And I think the fact that I liked and studied drama was really important, because that got me to kind of work on my performance, and I can now bring that into what I do with my craft. Before I was doing spoken word and before I really knew what it was, I was always heavily influenced by hip hop, by rap music, and by other music as well, but a lot by hip hop and rap music. And so I used to just write raps and hip hop and stuff like that. I used to make music. And I actually went to a spoken word show because a friend of mine was putting one on, and they said, "Oh, just come down. It's just the same as hip hop, really, but without the music. It will just be you with a microphone. So you'll be doing it a cappella." And I got so inspired by being at the event because so many people were so good with their delivery, and it just kind of blew my mind and opened up a new kind of world for me. And then I started going to more and more shows, and I was like, wow, this is something that I feel like I've almost been destined for. And then from there, I just expanded my knowledge on spoken word, on poetry, started reading a bit more about it, started listening to more, going to more shows. From there, I started then writing my own stuff more and performing it at more open mics and shows like that. And from doing these open mics, I then got bigger bookings. And then recently I was on Sky Arts on a show called Life and Rhymes, which was hosted by Professor Benjamin Zephaniah, who is incredible. And yeah, that's kind of how I started on my journey. There's quite a few people that inspire my work. Obviously, Benjamin Zephaniah is definitely one of them. There's a poet called I Am Shahid. There's a poet called Broken Pen, who is currently actually on this season of The Voice. And I'd say just life in general inspires me. I get a lot of my inspiration from going on walks. Before the lockdown, when I was traveling, that's when most of my inspiration would hit me. So yeah, just from being around friends, from taking stuff in from them. For so long, I felt like people didn't understand me until I kind of got into the scene of spoken word, and then people were on the same kind of wavelength as me. So yeah, just taking inspiration from everyday life and the people around me. This is currently what I'm reading at the moment, Wit's End by James Geary. It's a book on kind of how you can work wit and be witty, and all the kind of almost the history of it and how you can work it into everyday life. And there's chapters on different sides of being witty. And there was a whole section actually on how people use wit in their lyrics and in their poems and in their raps. And that's been really helpful for me. So it's just kind of opened up a new door for me, and it's a really like fun book to read as well. The task I'm going to set for everybody is to write a poem, and the title of the poem should be 2021 has only just begun. 2020 was a very strange and a very hard year for everybody, and it seems like 2021 has started in the same kind of way. But what I'd like to do is for you guys to think of something positive and a way how we can make this year better than last year. It doesn't have to be a very long poem. It doesn't necessarily have to rhyme. I just want you to write down how you can make 2021 better than 2020, what goals you have for this year, and how we can set out to achieve those goals. Try and be as creative as you can. Don't stress about what you're writing too much. Just write from what you've already experienced and how you would like to try and change that, how you would like to try and move forward with it. And just try and make it as fun as you can as well, because writing should be about having fun. When I write, I'm always trying to have fun with what I write. And I think that's really, really important. So good luck, and I can't wait to see what we're going to create together.